You know what I'm talking about? Right back up on you on Soggy Sunday. The day that ain't gonna never change. It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people? Y'all still out there bouncing with baby cuz? You know what I'm talking about? What's good, people like hee ha ha? You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen. You know what I'm talking about? Just talked to my partner last night. How you doing? One, I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated. All my folks on the bottom of the game. All my folks on top of it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that head up, man. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Swing that finger, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu. Fresh. You know what I'm talking about? Mike. You know what I'm talking about? Lil Rue. Not Lil Rue, but Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next, man. Same thing. You know what I'm talking about, man? All my folks incarcerated on the bottom of the game, on top of it, man. Keep that head up. Keep pushing, man. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get through these disclaimers. You know what I'm talking about? Now, good brother like myself. Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug users. I don't promote no drug sellers. I don't promote no alcohol consumption. Don't take a sip of the sippage. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don't, you know what I'm talking about? Promote, you know what I'm talking about? No, negativity. That ain't what I do. I don't promote nothing. All I promote is do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with it. We don't know how much we got, people. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but a good brother like myself, I ain't prejudiced. I ain't got nothing against sexually different. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? I love everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love back to the YouTube community. You know what I'm talking about now? You with me? Come on, fuck with your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing out there on this soggy Sunday? Firepower. They ain't gonna never change. How y'all out there doing? You know what I'm talking about, baby? Cuz finna take you way back. You know what I'm talking about? Who gonna remember this one right here? You know what I'm talking about? Firepower. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all the bitches who don't like hanging paintings because it reminds them of when they had walls. Look at them. That's a tight picture. I used to be too. I see you. Fuck it. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I see you, man. But oh yeah, man. Fuck my child. Here you go. I got an old school one for you. This way back in the day. Who remember this one right here? We gonna call this one right here. It wasn't me. You know what I'm talking about? So look, we was little, man. Oh, I gotta take you way back. We was all out there, you know what I'm talking about? Lil Cardell, Ken, Rube, you know what I'm talking about? Teresa, Green Eyes, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if he was out there, man, but it was the whole one-way farm. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we out there, we little kids. You know them days you come over, because back then you had to go in when the street lights come on. You know what I'm talking about? But this is one of them days, you know them special days when mama and them up in here drunk playing spades, so y'all can go on out there and just stay a little bit longer. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody saying shit. They just outside making hella noise. You know what I'm talking about? So we out there. We done came up with this game, mooning people with the newspaper. You know what I'm talking about? So this is what the game consists of right here. When somebody came down the one way, man, you was on your bike. You know how you stand up and you jump in front of them. When you bent over, you was mooning them with the paper. And you say, would you like to buy one, please? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we just tearing their ass up. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know why we came up with this game. I don't know who came up with it. You know what I'm talking about? All I knew is if you hung a right or a left down that one way that night, you know what I'm talking about? The kid was gonna jump in front of you on the bike, you know what I'm talking about, with all his ass out. Talking about, would you like to buy one, please? You know what I'm talking about? Newspaper. So y'all remember Kai, that lady I told you, oh, sure, always looking out her window, looking at shit. You know what I'm talking about? Here go Cheryl looking at the yellow apartments. Oh, I forgot to mention one person. Raymond with the mole. You know what I'm talking about? Who remember Raymond with the mole? You know what I'm talking about? Raymond out there. You know what I'm talking about? So Cheryl, oh, she done seen it. Cheryl done went around. Firepower. Cheryl done went around and knocked on everybody mama door. You know what I'm talking about? She done knocked on Ken them door. You know what I'm talking about? She done told Green and them to come home. She part of Green, you know what I'm talking about? She done knocked on Shine, you know what I'm talking about? Shine, she ain't nothing happened. Could you please get off my porch? She done went over there and knocked on Bob, though. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember Bob used to stay next to Teresa with a black clean ass Cadillac? Oh yeah, that was Raymond's grandfather, right? Oh man. Look, that nigga came outside. That nigga used to have these big ass hands. He snatched that nigga Raymond up by the back of his shirt, right? Took that nigga in, bro. Listen, that nigga got an ass whooping that sound like he was on KMEL. Nigga, you heard that nigga from blocks away. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga was in there getting a whooping. That nigga was saying, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh, he got his ass whooped. We all out there laughing and shit, right? He on punishment and shit. But check this one out, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? When that nigga came back outside, that nigga Ken made a song for that nigga. He looked that nigga dead in his face and said, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me.